Council, October 7th. The Inkster City, Inkster City Council, October 7th, 2019 meeting is now called to order. Everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Everyone, please remain standing. I'd like to ask Pastor Peace, could you please come and give us a prayer? Pastor Sample.
That's Sample.
Oh. Okay. My fault.
Amen, man. Our Father, we thank you, Lord Jesus, again for this day and this hour. We thank you, Lord Jesus, for the mayor of the city. We thank you, Lord Jesus, for the council, Lord Jesus, all those in leadership authority, Lord Jesus. You said in your word that we should pray for those who that have the authority over us. So tonight we offer prayer that you continue to bless them, Lord Jesus, and the guidance of the city of Inkster. We pray, Lord Jesus, now you'll bless all the citizens of Inkster. Continue to let peace, Lord Jesus, abound in the city. In the name of Jesus, amen.
Amen. Roll call.
Mayor Nolan.
Present.
Councilwoman Wiley. Councilman Oden.
Present.
Councilwoman Mitchell. Councilwoman Howard. Here. Mayor Pro Tem Williams.
Present.
And Councilman Chisholm.
Present.
We have 7 present tonight, and we do have a
All right.
sir.
Everyone had a chance to look at the agenda? Do we need to add? We got to add something on presentation. Jerome Bivens on B. Combine A and B presentations, and we'll make that one just A. Oh, and the closed session matter, the vote we took in closed session. Add that as G. Closed session. What are we going to call that? I don't even remember. Oh, no, we didn't vote. We didn't vote. I approved it. Yeah. It's $500.
So no vote.
No vote. So, do we have a motion to approve the agenda?
So move.
Support.
Been properly moved and supported. Discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Passes. All right, presentations. State Representative Joel Jones and Mayor Byron Knight. We'll let Jones do all the talking.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, citizens, as we await the Mayor and Councilman Chisholm coming up. So this evening for the citizens, we want to make sure we had came. As many of us know, Brother Jones had passed away a while ago. Very unfortunate circumstances. Issue that we've been dealing with in the city for a long time now, and just not here in the city of Inkster, but across the state, across the country. There's been a lot of senseless gun killings happening in many of our communities, and so we want to make sure that we honor them on the state level and here in the city of Inkster. Let the family know that we love you, that we care, that if it's anything that we can do moving forward to prevent this from happening, which I think we're all on the same mindset with this, because we don't want to keep on losing our dear loved ones to this sort of incident. So I know that we got a tribute sign by our Governor Gretchen Whitmer, Lieutenant Governor Garland Kilcrest, talked to the state representatives out in Lansing and some of the senators, and Mayor Nolan and the council also are showing their support as well. And so we just want to make sure that we honor the family this evening. So we'd like to call them up right now. Or we can go over there, actually. Put this mic down. Oh, guess you're going to be coming on up. That's a blessing. That's a blessing. 93. 93, okay. One of our future centurions right here. Yes.
On behalf of the City of Inkster, I'd like to present you with this proclamation for Anthony Nick Jones.
Thank you.
You're welcome. This is grandmother. Yes. All right, and this is Nick Jones' grandmother. We're presenting this to.
photo shoot. Like to ask, would you like to have anything to say to the community?
I didn't hear what you said.
Would you like to have anything to say to the audience?
To the audience?
Yes, ma'am.
To Inkster. I'd like to say to Inkster that I'm glad to be here, glad to meet you.
We love you.
That's good. Glad to receive the appreciation of my grandson. Thank you.
It's getting a little spooky in here.
Good evening to the viewing audience, to Mayor and Council, to the audience here. 4 years ago, we received a grant from the state of Michigan. It was called the SAW grant, which stands for Stormwater Asset Wastewater Management. And as part of this grant, we've been doing projects in the city for the past 4 years. And one of the parts of my project is I have to take a survey from the residents of the city of Inkster. It's a one-question survey. I put it online starting today, and the one question is, oh, I knew this. I knew this. I knew this.
It's coming, it's coming.
Oh, okay. The one question is, the City of Inkster Sanitation Sewer Survey, and it says, rank your overall satisfaction with the sanitary sewer system in the City of Inkster, with 1 being not complete, dissatisfied, and 5 being completely satisfied. And I'm asking everybody in here and the viewing orders to please go online, starting today until October the 28th, and please give me your opinion on this, because I have to turn this in to the state as part of the money we got. We got, as the mayor's often told you, we got $2 million for this grant. And this is, I had to do this survey, so I'm asking everybody to please support me on this, and so we continue to get money from the state as we continue to improve our infrastructure. Thank you.
Wait a minute. What criteria are we using to determine if we're satisfied or not? But it never stinks, or it always takes water in, or
It's your own personal opinion of what you think of the sanitary sewer. It's your own personal opinion. What do you think of the sanitary sewer in the city of Inkster?
Mr. Bivens, I'm on the website right now. Where exactly is that located?
It's on the front page. It's on the front page. And you scroll down to the bottom, and you see the block that says, what you think matters.
Thank you. That's what I needed.
Okay.
Yeah, it's right here. You guys use
No. The state, when they give you grant money, they require certain things. This is one of the things they're requiring us.
Right.
We have to do a survey. So we're asking all the residents to go to the website and answer the one-question survey.
All right.
So we can get that data back to the state.
Thank you.
Keep going.
I'm sorry. Mr. Bivens, yeah, somebody raised their hand in the back.
Somebody, yes. You can do it on your phone. You just have to log it to our.
You said paper.
Let me get out.
You know what?
No,
If
I
you have your
did-
phone here, somebody can help you while you're here.
Yeah,
Get to their
got
website.
your phone, right? No, right now there isn't.
No.
It's all electronic. I did it all electronically, as you know, as we're promoting the city to go green. I try to do things electronically now. So, huh? I mean, if an individual has any type of electronic, a phone or a computer, they can go on our website and click on it and vote, because, I mean, this is how I'm going to get the survey back.
Right.
And get it forwarded to the state, everything
Yeah.
electronic. And you can go to the library and use the city. As long as you go on the city website, it's on the front page. I tried to make it accessible as easy as possible. Any other questions? Did I
Any
answer
other
your
questions
question,
from
Councilwoman Wise? Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Somebody get the lights. Mr. Bivens, I think there's another question. Where'd he go? Oh, he went to get the lights.
What'd you say, Mr. Mayor?
There's somebody raised their hand. Could you go?
Yes, ma'am.
You said that you are required to have this question asked to get these funds, correct?
I've already gotten the funds. To continue to get more funds, we have to, there are criteria that the state requires us to do it. This was one of, we had to take a survey on what people think of the sanitary sewers in the city of Inkster.
And they chose the question, not you. So you get the question or they chose the question?
They chose the question, right? But it's benefiting the city of Inkster, because I need, I mean,
Who chose the
and,
question that we couldn't
no, and, no, in this process, it would help me better understand what you guys' opinion are of our system.
I understand.
When we move forward to ask for more money. So,
Understand
right, but,
the reason. My
okay.
question is, the question that was chosen, who
Well,
chose the question?
the question was,
You chose?
that question was chosen for what I did. I did the storm water and I did the wastewater. So that is part of the sanitary system. Right.
Okay.
Any other questions? Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
All right. Consent agenda.
So move.
Been properly moved and supported. Discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. It passes. Boards and commissions. Okay, we had a nomination of Barbara Cooper to sit on the DDA board. So moved. Okay. Board. Been properly moved, supported. Everybody had a chance to look at the paper. Discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. It passes. Next one, we had Peggy Bishop to be sit on the Board of Review.
So move.
Support.
This is properly moved, supported. Discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Passes. Last one is Phineas Cody to sit on the Cable Commission. Been properly moved and supported. Discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. It passes.
Mr. Chair, I have a nomination.
Sure.
All right, the nomination, and then we'll receive the information afterwards. I have a nomination, and we'll do the nomination tonight, and we'll receive the information afterwards. I'd like to nominate Sonia Jennings to the Downtown Development Authority.
Okay. All right. Sonia
Sonia Jennings.
Jennings. Okay. All right. Do we have any other nominations? Okay. Before I go any further, Joelle, do you have anything from your office tonight?
Hello again, everyone. Any updates we have right now? So the budget is being, as I'm sure many of you have seen, the budget was sent from the House and the Senate to the governor. The governor line item vetoed 147 of those items and used administrative power, something we haven't seen since Governor Engler sent it back to the House and the Senate. Right now, we're kind of in limbo, per se, because the Republican caucus is in the House and the Senate. The first budget that they sent to the governor, they're likely to stick, are trying to stick with it. And so right now, we're kind of just in a position waiting to see if Republican leadership is willing to negotiate with the governor. So the budget still is not done just yet. There will be some supplemental budgets going out, temporary budgets going out, because there are about 50,000 state employees that are dependent on some of the state funds being used. But that's kind of where we're at right now. It's not a lot of legislation passing through the House. We're just trying to get the budget wrapped up. I am scheduled to have breakfast with the governor and one of my colleagues in the morning time. So if there's any pressing issues or ideas that you all would like me to share, feel free to let me know sometime between now and 8 o'clock in the morning.
Could you remind her of the Baylor Woodson School, Berger Baylor School, with the dissolution of Inkster Public Schools, how we're still paying the mortgage or the bond debt, but we don't have the school, and RISA is using that for free? Okay. I would love for you to bring that up.
Okay. And if there's anything else or any upcoming events as well, anything of that nature that you all like me to share, at any given time, just let me know. But I definitely will let her know about that school situation.
I know that you have, I don't know if this goes to the governor, but I know that you have been in touch with the Michigan Department of Transportation.
Yes.
If there's anything that you can surface around our desire here.
For the 30. Right. Yeah, we've been talking to the director, Paul, so he actually should be coming out here sometime soon. I was going to reach out to you all to schedule some sort of meeting, but I just bumped into him last week, so he's definitely, a brother is looking forward to helping us out any way he can.
Oh, yeah, I met him before.
Yeah. And so maybe we get the director out here, we have a little sit down so we can put together some of the plans, share with him the development projects that's going on and see how we can roll that all in. I think the last time we had a discussion about the speed limit and some other things, MSP was trying to get involved as well. So we probably just have all the stakeholders sit down at the table and figure it out.
There's a forum scheduled for the 29th of October. Do you think that's possible to get him here on that day?
Yeah, we can definitely check. I can't make any promises, but we can check. I'm sure you'd be able to come out if you can.
Great.
And Chief, let's make sure we reach out to MSP. When he comes, we want to make sure MSP is at the table too, because they're part of this as far as the speed limit goes. They have a say. Yeah. So we want to get all on the same page.
Okay. All righty.
All right, thank you.
No problem.
We have any other public officials? Okay. All right. We'll move on down to new business.
Consideration and approval of administration to approve the contract with Intertech PSI for the John Daly Street Improvement Construction Inspection with an hourly rate of $68 per hour and an overtime rate of $90 per hour based on a full-time inspector with 50 hours a week.
So moved. Support.
Support.
It's been properly moved and supported by Kim Howard. Discussion?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Approximately, do we have any idea how long they'll be out doing the inspection?
They're going to start in the fall, and they're going to finish in the spring with the actual reconstruction, because we have to do one lane at a time to make sure the park, you can still get to the park. We can't do both lanes at the same time. So it's going to be a couple months this winter, and then it'll start back up, I think, in March, as soon as the weather breaks, March or April, finish up.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's going to be a little inconvenience for the people who live on those streets, West Hills. What's the other street over there? South River. Yeah. So you're going to probably get out to Michigan Avenue. You have to go a different direction. Yeah.
There's going to be a period where one part of the city they won't be able to go.
Yep.
But then the people on the other side will be.
But it's no different now. They're going to drive on one side of the road now anyway. So it's no different. Okay. Any other questions, comments? Okay. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. It passes.
Item B is consideration and approval authorizing administration to approve the contract with Paymar Enterprises for the John Daly Street improvement in the amount of $1,374,810.75, plus a 15% contingency of $206,221.61, for a total of $1,581,32.36 for construction.
So move.
Support. Been properly moved and supported. Discussion.
Just one question. What account is this coming out of?
This is coming out of major roads account?
Major roads? So that's part of that, that's the Act 51?
Act 51.
Yeah, and it was, yes, and it was included in the budget that was approved for this year.
Isn't this the one that you said there's a
Any other questions?
water main?
Councilwoman Watley?
I was just inquiring, this is the one that he said the water was involved, so some of the funds
Oh,
would be
correct.
taken
Yes.
from their water, so.
So, thank you for I was just making
Not
sure you were
a
listening. But yes, as Councilwoman Wiley stated, it is a combination of coming out of the major street fund and the water fund.
Because of the sewer
Water got
component.
plenty money.
All right. Any other questions?
So it is not coming out of the local fund, local street fund at all,
No.
right?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, question, does Act 51 put money into both accounts?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Everybody know what he's talking about? We have a major street fund for our larger streets. John Daly, Henry Ruff, Beach Daly, Avondale, Carlisle. Those are our larger thoroughfares, and then the local streets are the smaller streets. You said Harrison is a major street too? Yes. Okay. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. It passes.
Item C is consideration and approval to enter into a purchase agreement with DTE Energy to replace the remaining mercury vapor and high-pressure sodium bulbs with the boundaries of the city limits to more efficient LED bulbs.
So move.
Support.
Been properly moved and supported. Discussion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Passes.
Item D is consideration and approval of an offer to purchase 3 vacant residential lots, which are duly noted in the amount of $1,000 to Shara Cooley.
Support. So moved.
Support. Been properly moved and supported. Discussion.
Is she here? No?
She's not here.
Okay.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Passes.
Item E is consideration and approval to authorize administration to conduct promotional exams within the police department at a total estimated cost of $23,840.
So moved.
Support.
Been properly moved and supported. Discussion.
Yes, Chair. How many exams are we, Chief, are you planning on holding? The number of exams?
Well, we won't know the exact number to who applies, but right now you're looking at, we have a couple of acting sergeants, a couple of acting detectives, and plus we have to put a list together for the other 2 ranks. So it depends on, who qualifies, depends on who passes the written and who goes on to the practicals.
Well, let me rephrase the question. Per person, is there a certain cost per person?
Yes, it's a certain cost per person, but when we gave them the estimate of the people that are eligible, that's where the estimate came from.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where the estimate came from, those that are actually eligible.
Okay.
Yes, isn't it?
Any other questions? Okay. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. It passes.
Item F is consideration and approval authorizing the reduction of property taxes owed for property located at 3263 Moore Street.
So move.
Support.
Been properly moved and supported. Discussion.
I just have one quick question. We understand this was not,
Get the mic roll closer to.
subject to taxes prior, but as soon as,
It's not picking you up.
well, it's on, I don't know what to do
Gotta get
for it.
closer.
You want me to make love to it?
Oh, hey.
We understand that this was not subject to taxes before, but this will be going back on the tax roll once this is at the same amount, or?
So it's currently on the tax roll.
Okay.
So it was previously it was on the tax roll, but it had a tax exempt status. So it's that tax exempt status was taken away, I believe, late last year to the beginning of this year. Yeah. So it's currently on the tax roll as a non-exempt property. My understanding, based on at the orientation, is that the property has now been sold. So it will continue to remain on the tax roll as non-exempt. I don't know who purchased it, but if it was a private entity, then it would continue on. If it was a tax exempt, they would have to file for that. So.
Okay, but either way, we'll be collecting
Correct.
from this property.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions? Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. It passes. Okay. Yeah, I will. We need it up over here. Okay. Public participation. Margot Bruner. Oh, okay.
Hello, how are you?
Okay,
Hi,
hello.
I am Margot Brunner. I am a registered lobbyist and a corporate social responsibility consultant in the cannabis space, and I'm here presenting at the behest of the Inkster Cannabis Guild. They are interested in sponsoring an expungement fair an open expungement fair for the residents of Inkster, and it is an open expungement fair to all people who hear about the fair are welcome to come and receive services. Rep. Joel Jones recently left, but he was part of an event that I hosted 2 weeks ago now. September the 21st through the 28th was National Expungement Week. This is the second year that we hosted National Expungement Week. I personally hosted 5 events, 4 expungement fairs, and 1 legislative discussion that Rep. Joel Jones participated in, and serviced 850 people during that week. Nationally, National Expungement Week was held in 30 cities, and there were 43 events held during that time. So there is a significant amount of legislation that is up right now that is around the topic of expungement. And collectively, it would be a good bill if it was one bill, but it's been divided essentially into 6. The way expungement works right now is you have to have 1 felony and no more than 1 felony and 2 misdemeanors, 5 years, and it is a very wide range. But what most people do not know is that 1 in 3 people have something on their record that could be expunged. 77 million people have something on their record. Having a criminal record precludes you from housing, public housing. It precludes you from senior and assisted living facilities in some instances. It precludes you from educational loans. It precludes you from employment, of course. So as a result of being precluded from all of those factors, it's a domino effect. So in hosting National Expungement Week, I offer wraparound services. In my clinics this year, I offered some career counseling, resume writing, and also some financial literacy. Bank of America was on hand to provide financial literacy. The overwhelming request that I had was for housing. So some of these outcomes have caused people to be disenfranchised for quite some time, and they're not being counted. When we look at statistics like unemployment rates, even for a community like Inkster, when you're calculating an unemployment rate, that stops at 65. Everybody cannot afford to stop working at 65. And those things are still affecting people in their ability to survive day to day. So what the interest of, in all transparency, of the Inkster Cannabis Guild is I believe that this group of licensees is coming together to host a social responsibility event, because on November the 1st, the adult use licenses will be released. An adult use license requires a licensee to have conducted some form of social equity, and this is their collective give back. It is interesting in this space because we live in a non-affirmative action state. People of color understand that the war on drugs was very personal and targeted. But because we live in a non-affirmative action state, you cannot mention race in anything that precludes to social equity. So you see some interesting collaborations, for lack of a better word, in some communities about what that give back is. For example, the city of Lansing said you have to give back 1.5% of your proceeds to a nonprofit, and the Humane Society got $1 million in the city of Lansing. And that is still considered social work.
Right.
So it's very important that when we have these discussions, that the services go to people that are actually impacted and that can actually benefit. Once your record is expunged, on average, that person can earn up to $10,000 more per year. That makes a huge difference in a person's quality of living. And so I will answer any questions that the community has about the fair and about any services that are offered. Tentatively, it is scheduled to be hosted on November the 2nd. You will see a number of people, I'm assuming, who are Detroit residents as well. One little known fact about the city of Detroit, 97% of people that come before a judge plead guilty in 36th District Court. And because of that, there are judges that are within 36th District Court, one being Judge Deborah Thomas, who hosts expungement fairs, and she comes and she speaks at the expungement fairs and informs people about their rights, about how to approach a judge if you do not have legal counsel present, and how to ask questions about your case if you do not have legal counsel present, which is extremely, extremely important.
Okay. On November 2nd, where would it be held at?
I believe it is being held here, but
At the
I'm sorry?
Dozier Recreation
At the
Center?
Dozier Recreation, okay.
And what time is that?
It will be hosted from 2 to 6.
From 2 to 6. So make sure everybody get the word out. A lot of people could use those services, and it will help you definitely trying to get a job or seeking employment.
There will be opportunities for employment there as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, great. Please take advantage of that. We appreciate you coming out.
Thank you. Are there any questions from the?
I have on different.
Sure.
Can you do an information form on recreational marijuana?
Absolutely. There's a Know Your Rights campaign that comes along with this that informs people. I was part of the Proposal 1 campaign that brought adult use legalization. I didn't give a lot of my background, I'm sorry. I am a former commissioner with the Michigan State Police Impaired Driving Committee, and I serve on Attorney General Dana Nessel's marijuana work group.
Okay.
Yes.
All
Can
right.
I get your, at the end of the meeting, can I get your information?
Absolutely. And I have a lookbook that you can look through that showcases my work.
Oh, okay.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate you coming out.
Thank you.
You,
Lynn Anderson just came in.
Glenn, you got anything for us? I didn't see you come in.
Ma'am, did you leave your phone here? Thank you very much for the opportunity. I just wanted to give you a quick update. Just at the August 22nd full commission meeting, we approved another Justice Assistance Grant, a JAG grant. Grants administered by the Sheriff's Department, and it'll be passed through to various municipalities. Inkster is scheduled to receive $20,963.30. Pardon my sniffling, I've been battling a cold. My coffee hours for October will be on the 14th, that's next Monday, at the Western Wayne Family Health Center from 12 to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Everyone's welcome to stop by, have a cup of coffee, discuss issues that are important to them, and hear updates. On Thursday, September 19th, the Commission adopted a $1.63 billion county operating budget for the 2019-2020 fiscal year, and the new budget represents a slight decrease from the previous year's $1.66 billion amended budget, which ended on September 30th. This budget included additional funding to provide for an additional Veterans Outreach Officer to help make county veterans services more accessible for veterans in Western Wayne County and downriver. So we want people not to have to drive all the way downtown and to be able to access the services that the county provides for our veterans. The commission also approved a contract at our last full board meeting last Thursday for 2 new cameras in the commission chambers and 1 new camera. These are video cameras in the commission committee room. This contract will allow the commission to better record commission meetings, which will be available for the public to view. That'll be basically, we're finally moving into the, let's say, the 20th century. What you've been doing for years, since any of you have been here, I'm sure, with televising your meetings, the county's just now getting around to, and it's been something I've been pressing for ever since I've been down there. I said, the state legislature can do it. Every municipality of every size has been doing it, so the Wayne County Commission should do it, so citizens can see what's happening with their dollars and what's happening with county business. The commission, the county will be implementing a new policy for its road construction contracts beginning next year. The county will soon require companies to provide warranties on construction projects that exceed $2 million in cost. That has never been done in Wayne County, and I think that's a positive move also. The county commission recently signed off, it was just last Thursday, on a deal to sell property to a Texas-based Hillwood Enterprises. It's a large parcel of property that used to be the Pinnacle project. It was some construction was started on it years ago to turn it into a racetrack, a horse racing track. That fell through completely, lost a lot of money. It was a bad experience for the county prior to me getting there. And as presented, the deal could potentially include up to $40 million in development, depending on how much is actually of the property is not in wetlands or can be mitigated. That would include mixed-use development such as light manufacturing or logistics warehousing. And in September, the commission approved a contract with Bronner's in Frankenmuth. This is a little bit lighter note, but it's something for the Wayne County Light Fest. I know we try to go every other year at least and take the grandkids, and I know there's probably a lot of other folks that do. So there should be a nice new display that people will find when they go through the Light Fest this year. And the nice news, or the good news too, is it's still $5 per vehicle donation. That's all I have, unless you have any questions.
Any questions?
I have something, not only
yes.
what you said. I know we talked about this a while ago, bike lanes.
Bike lanes?
And how Inkster can possibly get that, because I know they got a petition being signed on slow down on in Michigan Avenue. And I was wondering if you can try to see if we can get some bike lanes.
The Michigan Avenue might be tough, but it's something that they've been doing downtown and a lot of major roads downtown. Of course, it does pinch the auto traffic down in a lot of cases, but it's something that I will bring to their attention and see what we can get, if we can get something moving on that, because I think there's.
I'm not sure if the scenario is the roads are widening. I know wider downtown.
Mm-hmm.
I know off of Livernois in Michigan Avenue they have bike lanes.
Yeah, there's definitely some opportunities to do that in some of the roads, and without having to widen the road even further. But I will bring it to their attention and let them know that in the DPS that there's a request that we look at that. We're trying to connect a lot of trails and a lot of off-road bike travel, connecting the county from one end to the other and connecting to Washtenaw County and to other counties. But that would be a great idea. I think a lot of people, we're seeing more and more people riding bikes to work and in the good weather, and I think it'd be a very positive thing, and Kim, I will bring it up.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Glenn.
Thank you all.
Yvette Brock.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, Department heads.
Good evening.
I stand before you on behalf of Voice, just to announce some upcoming events that we are having, some candidate debates and town halls. Our next event is going to be for District 3, October the 10th, which is this Thursday, at the Stardust Lounge, 3637 Inkster Road. And the debate will be with Krisha Barnes and Sandy Watley. And then we have an event next Thursday for Districts 4 and 5, and that will be held at the Simmons Center at 29150 Carlisle, and that will be Stephen Chisholm, Rebecca Daniels, Kim Howard, and Kelly Lindsay. And finally, October 25th, that will be held at Daly School with Connie Mitchell and Denard Shaw. The candidates are subject to change. If they do not confirm, we will have a town hall meeting if there is only one person. So please come out, challenge your candidates. We've got to get wiser about being able to honestly ask our questions to candidates and not pick our friends and our families. We wouldn't pick our family and friends if we need open heart surgery. So we've got to get from this place of being intellectually lazy and ask questions, do some research, pull the data, look at what's staring us in the face, and get smart. So come out, enjoy a day with us answering the questions that you have, and stay off of Facebook to get your answers. Thank you.
Michelle Cyrus.
Mayor, they're at 6 o'clock, I'm sorry.
Okay. She says the forms are all at 6 o'clock.
Good evening. My name is Michelle Cyrus, and I'm with Detroit Drives Degrees through the Detroit Regional Chamber. And we have an initiative that we're collaborating with higher ed institutions in the greater Detroit metro area, and for individuals with some college, no degree. In Southwest Michigan, there's about 693,000 individuals that fall into that category. And so what we're doing is trying to bridge that gap and connect them back in higher ed. There are 4 institutions in this ation that are doing debt forgiveness if you owe money specifically to that institution. And that's Wayne State University, Oakland University, Henry Ford University, and Wayne County Community College is doing it also. The beauty of Oakland University, Wayne State University, and Henry Ford is that for Henry Ford as a community college, they forgive, if you fit their criteria, they forgive 50% of the debt that you owe to that institution. They allow you to set up a payment plan. They allow you to start school. And if you decide that you don't want to attend Henry Ford, they will also release your transcripts if you fit into that category. So you have to be out of school for 2 years in order to fit into that. Wayne State University and Oakland University, you would have to owe $1,500 or less, be out of school for 2 years, have a GPA of 2.0, and they will forgive that $1,500, $500 increments per semester to encourage people to come back to school to finish their degree or a high skill certificate for all the different jobs that we're anticipating coming into this area. And so again, it's Michelle Cyrus. I can give you my number if you're interested. It's 734-210-1003. That's 734-210-1003. We have an inquiry form that you can complete. If you contact me, I can send that form to you. It's pretty detailed to get your background, your educational background information, and then from there, we just help you move in the right direction to get back in school and to finish your degree and your certificate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Officer Hayward.
Good Good evening, Mayor, Council, and citizens of Inkster. Once again, we're having a coffee with a cop on October the 16th at 2 p.m. at the Oak Street Health Center, located at 27155 Cherry Hill. We have free pizzas and refreshments as well as coffee. Once there's no agenda or speeches, it's a chance for the community to get to know the officers, ask questions, talk about some of the concerns that they have. Again, that's at the Oak Street Health Center at October 16th. And coming up on October 25th, we have our movie night. Our last movie night on September 27th didn't go. It's about our third movie night that we couldn't do because of weather. So this one that's coming up, we're working it out, a time and a place where it'll be indoor, so we don't have to cancel it again. We've been canceling a lot of them. It's a lot of work to get it going. A lot of the kids and stuff, you know, they're excited about it. We have to cancel it at the last minute, so we should know by tomorrow if it's going to be held, where it's going to be held in the city. It's going to be indoor in the gym. I'm not going to say what's at yet, and it'll be on Facebook, the time and the place.
Okay. All right.
That's it.
Nothing about the Halloween party?
Oh, yeah, let him do that. Yeah.
I just want to make sure you dress up, Hayward, for the Halloween.
I got my
I
uniform.
want you to win best costume. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Mrs. Healy and Mrs. Phillips.
To God be the glory. Well, my name is Mrs. Healy, and I live on Pine Street. Thank God for Woodson School being torn. It has been torn down. And it's a beautiful sight right now. But we that live on Pine Street are concerned with those bushes that are on the fence by the playground. And then at the end of the building, where the building was torn down, the grass, not the grass that they planted, but the grass that's coming up, if they don't start cutting it, it's going to be like trees. And these bushes that are on the fence, they wasn't planted as trees. They were bushes that grew up. I've been living there ever since 1964. I saw all my kids went to Woodson School, and I saw everything grow up. I'm not complaining, but we need those bushes, thank you, Jesus, to cut down, because we are senior citizens that live there, and we go to church at night, and it's not safe. You can see people going there using the bathroom. And that's not right. And we got kids walking up and down the street. That's sad. So if they could cut those bushes down off the fence, we would really, really appreciate that. It would give us where we can see. And also, they need a speed limit sign. There's no limit says 25 miles. They go 50. I have to stop. I have the right of way to come out of my driveway because it's a stop sign there. And if they see me and they're at the stop sign, I have the right of way, but I don't have it because of what the people are doing. So I thank God for what you all have done. Mr. William, he has been with me for all these years, and we've been talking about the building. But thank God it's down now. And also, if they're going to use that space over there for a garbage dumping place. When the people was tearing the building down, people was putting tires, bringing tires and putting them there for the people that was doing the work. And that's not right. Right now it's clean. But give them 2 weeks, they're going to have bed mattress, everything out there. And that's too much. We shouldn't have to put up with that because we try to keep our lawns nice, flowers, have people come and do our grass and everything, and then we have to look over there. Yes, and we need a sign there saying 25 miles an hour or whatever the limit is, because we got a service walk, the kids walk to the park. You don't know when the people gonna come and run that stop sign and hit these little kids. So I think that we shouldn't wait on this. We should get on it now. And I appreciate you taking the time, listening to me, and I hope you understood what I'm saying, but we're concerned, we're concerned. We've been there ever since 1964 when they built those houses. So we're looking for you all to do those bushes.
Okay.
Put a stop sign, put a limit sign there. People don't stop at them stop signs. They don't care. Police and all of them, they don't stop there. Them big trucks come by, they don't stop there. State police, they don't stop there. So I thank you all. To God be the glory. The building is down.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Larry Motley.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I was looking through the agenda this evening, and I noticed some discrepancies here. I noticed some discrepancies when I was looking at the agenda. I noticed that on the invoice for the city attorney, is $41,488.45. I remember when we had an attorney, city attorney Milt Spokosny, his monthly invoice was anywhere from $8,000 to $9,000 a month. Sometimes it was $11,000, and we almost rioted. We almost had a fit because it was that much. I'd like to ask the mayor and council, how many lawsuits do we have?
7.
7 as of right now. How many outside attorneys have we hired beside the attorney that we have now?
In what time frame?
For these 7 lawsuits. Is our city attorney working on these lawsuits, or do we hire out, subcontract these lawsuits to other law firms to help out?
Depends on the case, but most of the cases our city attorney handles.
Okay, so we're being charged $41,000 this month. The last month it was $34,000. I mean, this city is being raped. I just have to come out and say it. Now, this is ungodly. We need a mayor and council that understand the law and how city work. But to do this is not right. To charge us taxpayers, and most of us on fixed income now since we retired and what have you, and we don't have any income coming into the city from new businesses, we are being hit pretty hard for that. And also, we have a downtown development authority. When we put that downtown development authority together, you can only be on that DDA only if you own a business in the DDA area, you lived in the DDA area, or you worked in the DDA area. If you don't meet those 3 criteria, when we had a charter, when we had a city charter, you couldn't do that. You couldn't be on the DDA. But these are just some of the things that we need to do. We need to get back at being a city. And I know everybody read in the newspaper, there are 400 cities in the state of Michigan that have banned recreational marijuana. 400 cities. So it seems that Inkster is the only game in town. And if you look at the demographics, there will be no schools, no businesses in the city of Inkster with all these drug places opening up. You can hardly live. Every city is coming here to open up their drug businesses here because this is the only game in town. And this was in the front page of the newspapers, and it's been going on forever. But we think that we can make some money running drugs. We got to get away from this gangster attitude. We cannot make any money gangster in Inkster.
Gabe Henderson.
Good evening, family. How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Good. Y'all look good. Everybody look good and all that. I'm here with the Inkster Goodfellas. It's coming up October the 19th. We're having our pancake breakfast. You know, we're always trying to raise money, you know, benefits for our kids for Christmas time. Okay, you know, we always got the good pancakes. All you can eat on the pancakes. We're going to have some sausages, eggs. No, what I'm saying about eggs. Slipping on that one. We're going to have some bacon and some sausages and some grits. Some fraudy and slip on that. Well, anyway, we want y'all to come and help us out. That's going to be the 19th of October from 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock. We're going to be at the Booker Dozier Rec Complex. And we're going to have a good time. And like I say, we have juice, milk, coffee. So come out and support us. Help us along with that event. And I want to thank you for allowing me to say that. There's another thing, you know, I work with the beautification committee and all that. We had a nice meeting today and all that. And Tony Bill is our chairman and all that. She do a wonderful job. Hardest working lady in the city of Inkster, first of all. We thinking about one little project. We have at Booker Dozier Rec Complex, we got these large planter box right at the stepway coming up to the entrance. Got a box there. One we put flowers, Block Club put the flowers there and all that, looking pretty nice. And we got another planter box that actually don't get any sunshine or rain. We're thinking about trying to create like a event display area there. And we got Halloween coming up, Christmas coming up, Thanksgiving coming up. Anybody have an interest of trying to beautify that little box area and all that little event, we want to know if you can help us along with that. Other than that, Inkster looking good. Beautification, you know, we had our last event this past September, I think it was 28th, you know. People came out and helped us along, clean up an area. Another nice spot right there on Michigan Avenue and Middle Belt. They put that bus stop. Did a good job, got the solar collector, give electricity and all that, you know, benches and all that. And plus they got a nice call box there. You can push the button, you can, you know, give, you know, information. They got an emergency button there in case somebody have a little problem, I'll push that button in and bring emergency people to that location. That's a nice facility. I'm glad we got that back. Other than that, God bless y'all, and yeah. Let me see, we got like Halloween coming up with the kids and all. What's that?
Just one more thing. Mr. Henderson is talking about the organizations in the community volunteering to decorate that box in a holiday motif. That's why he mentioned October, Halloween. Yeah. So anyone who wants to take over one of the holidays, we can go all through the year changing that box every holiday. Halloween is coming up. Someone can volunteer to do it. You've got Thanksgiving coming up, then Christmas, then you've got Valentine's Day and Easter. And wouldn't it be great to see that box just change with every season? So if any organization is interested in donating their time and effort to decorate that box, he would love it, and I would too.
And really, I want to thank you for that, helping me along. You know, sometimes I get up there and get lost of thought.
No, you were doing great. I just make sure, you know me. I just make sure people know what we talking about.
Yeah, all right.
You can't just think you know.
Okay.
We're going to make sure you know.
All right. Appreciate that. Love you all.
All right, thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Pastor Gene Overman.
Oh, $10 for the pancake. I knew something.
I thought it was free.
So, I'm glad Gabe did the $10 tickets. My tickets are $100, so it's kind of cool, Gabe. But just a couple of things here to everyone this evening. I'm glad all is well. We've been super busy at Operation Refuge and the Western Wayne County NAACP, so I'm here for a couple of announcements. The NAACP, we're having our 22nd Annual Freedom Fund Dinner. Our keynote speaker is Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist. It is Sunday, October 20th at 5 in Allen Park, from 5 to 8 actually, and I have tickets. We're actually honoring Seed to Feed from Inkster, Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib, our Commissioner Glenn Anderson, and Judge Deborah Thomas. So I do have tickets. Please make sure you get your tickets. Want to take this opportunity again to invite all to the chili cook-off at Mother's Pantry. It is October the 19th from 12 to 4. Just wondering, we found out today we need a license from Wayne County. Want to make sure if there's anything I should know with the city with our chili cook-off. So Felicia, if I need to do something, email me, let me know right away. And then this Friday, I don't know if you guys saw it on Facebook, we're having Mother's Pantry open for the striking UAW workers. So if you guys could help us share that word. I'm a Local 900 retiree, along with lots of other UAW members that work and are on the board for Operation Refuge. Wanted to leave this quote from our leadership training. Leadership is not being in charge. It is about taking care of the people in your charge. Wanted to share that with my city. God bless.
Thank you. Shirley Hankerson.
I was just reminded to talk into the mic. I think I do that very well. Don't you guys think that? Good evening. I'd like to announce that the Parks and Rec Commission, we're planning to have an open house or a town, well, let me start over. It's a community town hall. And what we want people to do is come out, all of our citizens to come out and tell us how we can save and improve our recreational facility. That's our jewel in our city, and we really want to know how we can best use that for our seniors, our youth, and the children in our community, because we have to save that, our jewel. That's the only jewel we really have, and we want to make it beautiful. And we want to see some changes, because it's been there for a long time. All of our kids played there, including the mayor and some of the other people that are sitting here around the table. So we would like for you to come out. It's going to be this coming Wednesday, next Wednesday, October the 23rd, or is that 2 weeks from now? 2 weeks from now, October the 23rd, at 6 o'clock at the Dozier. Please, please come out, because we hear all the complaints, but we don't get any support. Now we're looking for support. And I'd just like to comment, if we can get the drugs off the doggone streets, I would be happy, okay? It's not the legal drugs that Mr. Motley mentioned. It's the illegal drugs that's killing our city, along with the gang violence and the murders that we're experiencing. Let's not be stupid when it comes to what's really going on in our city. Legal drugs, you have to have a license in order to get in the facility, and you don't see people hanging around on the corner trying to sell legal drugs. It's the illegal drugs that I have a problem with and continually have a problem with.
Thank you. Tony Bailey.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, Treasurer, City Clerk, City Attorney, Department Heads, those in the audience and those viewing.
I'm here on behalf of the Inkster Goodfella, Barbara Cooper. She had to leave. Gabe already mentioned about our pancake breakfast. The time is 8 a.m. to 12 noon. Also, I want to mention about our ad for our paper drive. If anybody want to put an ad in, please let us know as soon as possible so we can get those ads in. The proceeds go to No Child Without a Christmas. Thank you.
Thank you. Octavia Smith.
Good evening, everyone, Mayor, Council, and residents. Few things that I have, so I'll say it as quickly as I can. First of all, me and Miss Angela Dotson would like to thank the city and all the ones who came out to support the citywide garage sale. We had a rainy weekend, but for the days that we did, we had a good time and we actually sold a few things. So we did get a lot of people asking if the city is going to do that again. So we're going to turn it over to the city, and whatever you guys want to do with that, have at it. So on the other side, today is the last day for anyone who would like to get a sponsorship for the Inkster Task Force 5th Annual 5K Run and Walk. If you do not want to get a sponsorship, you still have an opportunity to go online, register, come and walk in the city, walk in our beautiful Inkster Valley Golf Course with your friends, with your residents, with some people who come from other places as well. So come and support us. Inkster Chamber of Commerce, we are also ending up on the time to get the ads for the calendar. And I do have calendar information, and I do have 5K information, sponsorship. So please get these things while you have the opportunity. We don't want this opportunity to pass you. We also want to remind you that Western Wayne Family Health Center, we do offer free yoga on Mondays. You are welcome to come, 6 to 7 p.m., free of charge. Wednesdays we do Zumba and alternate that with a 3-mile indoor walk. You can come and do that on Wednesdays, free of charge. Our doors are open, so we do everything from pediatrics all the way up to senior care, dental, everything in between. So if you need health care, we are here, right here in your city, in our city, to support you. The last thing I have is the Inkster Chamber of Commerce is sponsoring tomorrow at Inkster Recreation a generational wealth building for Inkster. It's going to be at 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. at the Booker Dozier. There is a $5 donation, and if you want more information on that, you can go to the Inkster Chamber of Commerce and get some information. So, are there any questions while I'm here before I leave the stand of anything that I mentioned tonight?
Yes. Ms. Meeks, what time are your classes for Zumba and yoga?
6 o'clock to 7 o'clock, Mondays and Wednesdays.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions on anything? Even audience? If not, thank you all so much. I look forward to seeing you all.
Goodbye. Crystal Linton.
Some of our people are asleep. Good evening, distinguished council and citizens of Inkster. I am here before you because once again the fight against the school to prison pipeline is on. And Mr. Mayor, I'm not going to go into I'm not going to preach about the school to prison pipeline tonight, but we are ready again to start our afternoon program with a collaboration between Inkster Parks and Recreation. So you can just stand, even though you're not up here with us, Mr. Al Backey. We will launch our after-school program starting this Monday. Did you bring the? Oh, okay. So the after-school program, it's We Rise, and it's a collaboration with Diablo and Associates and the NCADD and New Step, a local Inkster nonprofit, and of course Inkster Parks and Recreation. This Monday, what we'll do to launch is begin to do assessments on the children because there is a reading and math tutoring component. But it's every Monday and Tuesday for now, and as we get more volunteers, we'll add more days. It starts at 4 o'clock. They'll have a snack when they come in, and 4:15 to 4:30 is a round table where we talk about their day, their challenges, and we encourage the children to be peer mentors. And then on Mondays, starting at 4:30, that's where NCADD and Diabru and Associates come in. And Mr. Carl Diabru here to my right has been working in the city for the past 5 years, bringing resources to the children, Pistons games and the kayaking and everything that we were able to do with the children has been because of his efforts. But they will come in and do workshops on Monday. It's drug and alcohol prevention, AIDS prevention, crisis management, conflict resolution, all the things that help our children stay in school, because that's one of the things that causes the school to prison pipeline. And from there, they will go into various activities. Now, NCADD Healthy Zone has brought resources to have a healthy mind and body, so that from there, they'll go into different activities in the rec center. So one is the African dance, Al-Noor African dance, and we're going to ask Mr. Backy to, and I hope I get 60 seconds longer because he's going to talk for a second.
I'm just going to be quick. It's similar to our summer program. We're generally going to have our basketball program, after-school basketball programs. Divine Dancers will also be involved. We have a new group that's coming in that's going to be more towards the culinary arts program, where we're going to have kids working inside the kitchen, inspection, along with building different arts crafts. Along with that, we got a Cisco group that was mentioned before. They mentioned and they did a presentation at council about the chemist lab that we're going to be building with the kids. And then along with that, just kind of what Ms. Lynn has been mentioning, our financial literacy workshops, mental health, just about the whole nine, but just similar to our summer program. And you can find more information over here on this desk. We have a lot of we plan on getting the flyers out, but we do have the registration forms. We also have the media releases also. So if you have any questions, you can contact any one of us. You can come up to the Booker Dozier Recreation. I'll be there, or you can contact me after the meeting.
Thank you. So that covers Monday, and of course they'll have dinner every time they come, and then dismissal. On Tuesday, same thing, snack round table. Then we have reading, writing, public speaking, and they work on their gifts, talents, and abilities, because we know that prisons are filled with all kinds of untapped potential because someone did not draw that person's gift, talent, and ability out when they were young. So during the whole school year, we will be finding out what their gifts are, their talents, their passions, and they'll be working on those to culminate in a dinner that you'll all be invited to, where they will display their gifts, talents, and their passions. And again, a dinner is served, and then there's a general admission. So this is a dismissal, I'm sorry. So this is a collaboration between Inkster Parks and Recreation, New Step Nonprofit, Diabru and Associates, and the NCADD. It is We Rise Initiative, and it is the after-school program for the children of Inkster. If any of my colleagues have anything, it lasts 18 months.
You didn't leave no time to talk. You took up all the time.
Well, I didn't preach about school to prison pipeline, no. And it starts at 4 o'clock Mondays and Tuesdays. Please, anyone out there who is watching and anyone in the room that want to help tutor some children in reading or math, please see me. We still need all the volunteers we can get. We have resources, so this is free to the children, but most of all, it's free to the city. Hoo-hoo! So it won't cost the city a dime. Thank you. And there are flyers on the table, Mr. Backy. We got them. Age group, I'm sorry. Okay, I'll answer that and then ask you. Age group is 10 to 16. And we do have some children that we worked with for the past 5 years that are actually going to help and their mentor. Okay?
Okay, do you have, that's my question. Is there some sort of transportation for the children who are unable to get to the rec center? Because we found that always has been a challenge when things are being offered throughout the city.
Thank you. There was a 12-passenger van donated So I've always picked kids up, but yeah, so I will be picking children up still, and at least I got something big enough to pick them up in. I may have to make a couple trips depending on how many children we have to get there, but so far that's all we have, Councilwoman.
Is that included in your registration information, how to go about?
Well, in the registration information, of course, it says to call me for information. So if they need a ride, I'll see to it that they get there.
Okay.
Any other questions? Okay, well, God bless us all, and we're going to keep our kids out of prison.
Thank you. Will Miller.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. My name is Will Miller. I am the current president of the National Action Network here for the Inkster, Western Wayne County area. Real quick, we had our general membership meeting here this past Saturday. From the beginning, we had a motion on the floor with regard to one of the hot button issues going around, which was facial recognition technology that the city of Detroit is talking about using. Also, just as a side, sit as vice chair for the 13th Congressional, and Chief Craig came before the body to speak on the facial recognition program. We had some issues with it. Obviously, it's tough on communities of color. We thought that it was a little bit premature to be trying to use it at the time for crime fighting to the point where you want to convict people. So our organization is going to be writing a letter of support to our U.S. Congresswoman Tlaib, with regard to her stance on it, and we're going to be writing a letter to, not quite condemnation, I don't want to go that's got such a tough connotation on it, but we're working against that particular policy with regard to using that to police our community right now and the communities of color in the area. So just wanted to let you guys know about that. Also at our meeting, it was an opportunity for the other mayoral candidate to come in and have a conversation with us. He did unfortunately say that he wasn't going to be able to come. He didn't come and ask questions, but we were open with the forum. There has been some things that have come out on the internet that a lot of people have had questions about, and we wanted to try and open up the floor for those who did have questions to show what we have found in the public realm that was out and available for people to learn about. We did offer that up, so we did have that plus, some eggs and some potatoes. But other thing, after that, I went over to Inkster Road to help hand food out, and there was a letter being handed out about the imminent demolition of Parkside over in housing. And there's a meeting coming up here. Let me see what this is in my phone here. Is it tomorrow? All right, it's talking about that, and that took me by surprise. So I didn't know if y'all had a chance to. Yeah, is it? Yep, 14.
Oh no, I thought I was talking about the Southwest Black Club meeting.
Oh yeah. The meeting for the hearing, they say is scheduled Monday the 14th here at the chambers. Is there anything that y'all can speak on right now with regard to them demolishing the whole of Parkside?
Okay. Well, Steve Chisholm is the chairman of the Planning Commission, so he wants to make a statement on it, just to clear the air on some of that information that was put out.
I'm going to read it just as I posted it on social media. The other day, my phone was ringing, as well as some of my other counterparts' phones ringing with the false information that was disseminated to the community. And at first, I didn't know exactly what was going on, and then I was able to piece it back together to a question that was asked at our debate this past week. I don't know if you had stepped out of the room at that particular time or not, but it was announced that it had been publicized in the Michigan Chronicle, which was false. Therefore, when I saw the statement on social media, I immediately jumped into action and responded. If you all bear with me, I'm going to read my statement verbatim so you all can have clarification. There was a question that began going around the community and had some residents getting fearful yet again about the city demolishing Parkside Estates to build a facility. One of our residents posted the question on social media and I responded. However, that response was only probably viewed by those who follow him and not those who need to know. Let me take a moment to clear the air. First of all, the persons who are disseminating this information are just as guilty as the ones who initiated it. I would call it bearing false witness. The city of Inkster is not tearing down Parkside Estates. Anybody who wants to look at the site plan so I can point it out, you are welcome to do so. Parkside Estates is a part of public housing, which is operated by HUD. I would never vote on the displacement of Inkster residents. Heck, it's illegal. I'm so disappointed by the people you all call elders of the community who fill your minds with propaganda. They are creating a civil war within our community for absolutely no reason. Some would call it terrorism. The property outlined on the map was sold last year or so and has been going through the process. The property in question is located next door to Parkside Estates. Again, next door. The public hearing is for you all to come out and voice your opinion at a planning commission meeting, which are held at City Hall every second and fourth Monday of the month. This is not a special meeting at all. This is a normal process. Nothing new about it. The people who gave you this information have been playing these games for years. They have transitioned from activists to antagonists. I am so sad that it's come to this. It's an injustice that they have you all fearful in your homes, creating a war that doesn't exist, and even believe their own false information that they spread. It's insane. Enough is enough. I will see all of you at the upcoming meetings and shed light on what's really happening. I even gave out my phone number and told people to reach out to me via Facebook Messenger or text if you felt compelled to do so. And please tell these elders that spread this false information to utilize their time increasing voter participation and stop trying to scare people out of Inkster. Find something better to do and apply that energy to help move the city forward or sit down.
That was clear.
All right, brother. I'm like, man. All right, bro.
He was. Hey, Stephen.
Go ahead, Mr. Miller.
That was well worded, brother. I don't have nothing else. Thank you.
Yvonne Moore.
Good evening, Mayor and Council, and to all the citizens of Inkster. I'm just coming to you today to let you know that Inkster Housing Resident Council will be hosting the breast and cancer and also domestic violence event on October 29th from 12 to 2. What we're going to do, we're asking, if possible, if all of you can help participate by either wearing something pink to represent breast cancer or either wearing something purple to represent domestic violence. We do have speakers that will come in that day on the 29th that will be speaking about breast cancer awareness and also for domestic violence. There's too many of our young girls suffering at the hands of domestic violence. They need to know that they have an out and not to just be able to sit and take what's given to them because the guy is paying their bills or because they're scared. They need to know that there's help out here. And that's one of the reasons why we decided to make sure that we did this event, to let everyone know, not only in housing, but everyone in the city of Inkster, because you never know what's going on. And as far as breast cancer awareness, you know, there's a lot of people who don't say anything, but breast cancer does not just fit under women. Men can have breast cancer also. So we want you to know that we're hosting this event on the 29th from 12 to 2. Like I said, we're asking everyone if you either wear pink for breast cancer awareness or purple for domestic violence. And we're hoping that we could be able to get something that when all of our residents come in from Inkster, that we can give them something, a ribbon or something, to be able to let them know that they are we know that they're aware of what's going on. Thank you.
Where's it going to be located?
Oh, I'm sorry. It'll be at the Floyd B. Simmons Building, 29150 Carlisle. And I think I covered the time, 12 to 2. All right, thank you.
All right, thank you. I think the city attorney wanted to respond to some earlier statements at the meeting.
Just so everybody is clear, my office and I try to be transparent with everything we do for the city of Inkster. The year before Allen Brothers took over as the city attorney for the city of Inkster, the legal fees were a hair under $600,000. The city attorney was Milton Spokojny, and what Mr. Motley indicated about his average bill being around $9,000 is incorrect. It was probably around $15,000 a month, but he didn't litigate one case for the city of Inkster. So even if you add the 9,000 times 12, it doesn't come anywhere near $600,000 in legal fees. What the residents didn't see at the time, the 28 years that he was the city attorney, was that he would come to council meetings and he would go to the prosecution in the 22nd District Court and supervise all the other outside attorneys that litigated cases for the city of Inkster. The residents never saw what went out per month to all these other law firms. Our bill includes every litigated matter we have on behalf of the city of Inkster every month. It's as transparent as it can get, and even if you add the average, it comes nowhere near the about $600,000 that was being spent when the Allen Brothers took over. I welcome an opportunity to sit down with anyone that has any questions about our invoices and our billing and our transparency. And also, I would like to add that in the last 6 months, our firm has been successful in having 6 cases dismissed completely without a dime being paid from the Inkster residents or the city. But attorney's fees, they do add up, but we can't control who sues the city. But I do take umbrage to myself or the firm sexually assaulting any resident of the city of Inkster, because it's not true. And Mr. Motley has my phone number. I welcome a phone call, and I can go through it with him if you like. Thank you.
All right. Madam Clerk.
Residents, I just wanted everyone to know that your AV ballots that have been requested have been mailed out. If you are interested in an AV ballot, please contact the city clerk's office at 313-563-9770. Thank you.
Mr. Treasurer? Okay. Councilwoman Howard.
Oh, okay, thank you. I know everyone has seen on the internet or Facebook with Connie, they getting a petition to sign to lower the street to 35 miles an hour on Michigan Avenue. And I would like the council tonight I would like to make a resolution that we pass, how am I saying that? Supporting that act. So it would look good once we get the signature and the signature goes to the state. So I would like to make a resolution that we support it.
You trying to make a motion?
I'm making a motion, yes.
Do we have support?
Support.
Okay, so probably move supported discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Passes.
Thank you. Thank you. Next, I would like to say, going back from Ms. Overman, Pastor Overman, I'm with Local 600, and we may be next. So we've been going down to different locations of the GM plant, helping walk picket lines with them. Food, water, all of that is appreciated. And you don't even have to be a union worker. Just go down there and walk with them. They will really, really appreciate it. $250 a week is nothing. So if we can help them, that would be beautiful. Because like I said, I can be next. I went to Hamtramck for the first time, didn't know where I was going. Got lost. I'm like, oh my God. But me and my bargaining rep, we walked with them. We went to different locations and different interests. So one location may have 2 or 3 interests that people are walking. So just go by there and, you know, give out water or just walk with them. They're very appreciated. And one more thing before I yield it down. I know that I have gotten some calls about our water bills, and you placed our achievements on the water bills. Okay, that was really good, but one thing they wanted to know, will the census be put on the water bills to let everyone know that census is coming up and for people to...
I can answer that. What we're trying to do is, one of the criticisms we receive as an administration that we don't communicate well with the residents, and I think that's a valid criticism. Since we send out water bills every month and we have to pay postage to do that, we're going to try to take advantage of that and send out updates on what's going on with the city on our water bill. Census is crucial, so of course we will send out information on the water bills regarding the census and anything else that we have going on in the city, just to let people know. We should have been doing it before, but we are going to start it now and try to hopefully move that forward. So you'll get something every month as an update to what's going on, so the people who don't watch the council meetings or don't come, they'll at least know what we're doing. And that's a way for us to plug them into what's going on.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Chisholm, I'm scared to ask you.
Good evening. I had received a flyer from a resident today, and this is in regards to our first responders. She attends Elohim Kingdom Ministries, and they're going to be honoring their first responders. So this goes to the fire department and the police department, because she is asking if the city of Inkster could have some type of representation. Told her I couldn't promise it, however, I would share the information. It says, we welcome all police officers, firefighters, EMTs, 911 operators. We would like to honor you on Sunday, October 13th, 2019 at 11 a.m. The address is 15740 Rocho Road, Taylor, Michigan 48180. We appreciate your service. And it says, for more details, call 313-733-7374. And I did forward the flyer to Chief Riley, and I'll forward it to you as well. And that's all I have.
All right, thank you. Councilwoman Mitchell.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Good evening.
Right.
Okay, I got a lot of stuff. Let me go. Speaking of the census, you know, I volunteered to try to make sure that Inkster gets counted well this time. Our first complete count committee meeting will be this coming Wednesday at 11 o'clock a.m. That is not necessarily a set time for all our meetings. If you are interested in working with us and you work, and another time would be most advantageous for you, just let us know, because we people who don't have to go to a job every day are more flexible. So that's Wednesday at 11 o'clock a.m. here in City Hall, this Wednesday. I volunteer for Trunk or Treat. You got a flyer. Please fill it out, participate, and make the children happy. They love coming through, getting candy. So we'll have a roped off section in the parking lot. Last year, we looked up and people were driving through that area. We're going to make it much safer this year. So if you're interested in participating in our Trunk or Treat, Mr. Backey is the one to contact, but I'm going to just help him out with that event, that part of the Halloween party. You heard about the 5K run walk. This will be our 5th year doing the run walk at the Inkster Valley Golf Course. Please participate. That's on November 2nd. It is a good time. We have people come from all over the area, not just Inkster, participating in that. On the 29th, you heard, and I thank Councilwoman Howard for suggesting the resolution. Part of what we see in the city of Inkster as pertains to Michigan Avenue is that when it comes to our city, people zoom through. We have to redevelop our downtowns. And if we redevelop our downtown, we want people to be able to stroll through Inkster like they do in West Dearborn and Wayne. So we think that Inkster deserves the same consideration by the Michigan Department of Transportation. So on the 29th, we're going to have a town hall. Hopefully we can get some of the persons who are responsible for making those decisions here, so that we can talk to them about our plans. You've heard the mayor talk about our redevelopment of downtown Inkster. It's not going to work if people fly through and they never see what we have to offer. So please, I think you got, did you get a flyer tonight about it? Okay. And online, I just did it, moveon.org, trying to see how many people would actually support it. So if you see it on Facebook, do it. If you got the flyer tonight, just go online and do it and ask people to follow your lead. The purpose of all of that is to make sure that they see that we are a concerned group of people, that we are united in wanting to have this happen in our city. So it's very important that we begin to collect our data. We're going to have petitions that night for you to sign and other things so that we can get that moving. A constituent has suggested again that there needs to be police surveillance for traffic control at Henry Ruff and Michigan Avenue and at Middle Belt and Parkwood. Middle Belt and Parkwood is like, sometimes they don't pay attention to the red light. Lots of income could be coming in from just ticketing those people. And I understand that our police department is being rebuilt, but if you could just schedule here and there people to, a police officer to monitor those corners. You know that the Westland police come into Inkster and ticket people who have flown through Westland. Well, we need to have somebody in Inkster go into Westland and ticket them for flying through Inkster. So please consider that if it's at all possible. I have some, we've heard some really good news tonight about this city is really coming back. Did you hear all the things that are going on in the city of Inkster? And it's wonderful. We're becoming just as busy as the city of Detroit, and I'm loving it. I want to make sure that you know that the plan to lift citizens by teaching them financial literacy and leading them to get into their own homes is alive and well. I presented to members of council and the mayor tonight the initiative overview. Has already begun. We have a letter of support from Flagstar Bank, which has said Flagstar will lend assistance with 100 families, 100 homes smart city initiative by providing home buyer education funding and mortgage financing for eligible applicants that qualify for Flagstar's home lending products. So this is good news for the city of Inkster. You get yourself together, Flagstar will help support you in getting a loan to get a house. We also have, as a part of this, from Mr. Chauncey Billups. I think you've heard of him. Mr. Billups is also on our side and has sent his letter of support with this initiative, which also includes our solar and Wi-Fi initiatives. I think that's all. That's enough, I guess you say about me. But it's busy in Inkster, and I want us to all be involved and know the things that are going on. And I want to thank Mayor Nolan for giving me the opportunity to work with Mr. Dixon so that we can begin to get these things done. If you are interested in the program, they meet on Saturdays in Lamone Gardens at 2999 Pine Street. And the next meeting will be October 12th at 11. There will be one October 19th at 11 and one on October 26th at 11. And then following the money management classes, there will be a home buyer workshop that begins November 2nd. So citizens, you have an opportunity to become a homeowner, and I think that's a great thing for our city. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Oden.
Yeah, good evening to everyone. I just want to say to Ms. Mitchell, I'd like to join you in the quest for getting the census together. I want to be a part of that process. I want to say that. I also like to say that I'm sure everyone has paid attention to what's been going along going on along Michigan Avenue. I'm sure all of you are just as pleased as I am. It's so good to see that Michigan Avenue is now a drivable street coming through the city of Inkster without a whole lot of bumps and grinds, if you will.
I think that's
So
another thing. No.
Isn't that an R. Kelly song? Bumping, grinding?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yep. That's what happens on the streets. But anyway, that's all I have, but I'm just glad, I'm just pleased that we got Michigan Avenue squared away, and it's making the city look better, and we're slowly moving in the right direction. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Wiley.
Thank you, Mayor. First of all, the Beautification Committee has decided to do one last project for the year. We have had reports that the northeast corner of Annapolis and Inkster Road is being turned into a dump site. So the Cleanup Coalition, which includes the Beautification Committee, ICANN, Ordinance, Fire Department, Police Department, and DPW, has decided to initiate a cleanup as the last event of the Beautification Committee this year. That will be held on October 26th. We will start at 9 a.m. We will be getting with Mr. Bivens for a dumpster. See, he didn't know that. He likes surprises, though. We'll be getting with him, and we'll have all those volunteers come out. So if you're interested in assisting us in cleaning up that corner on the 26th at 9 a.m., please come and join us. Once again, that's the northeast corner of Annapolis at Inkster Road. That's just as you're starting to come in that city, and we would appreciate it. On another note, ICANN, along with the Romulus Citizens for Social Change, which is an organization run by Councilwoman Virginia Williams, has asked us, we're joining with the city of Inkster to develop a collection for the UAW workers that are here. They are in need with only having, like she said, $250. There's a lot of things that are going, and there are people that are bringing foods out to the site. We have been out to the site, we have marched with them, but they're in need of things like we did for Troops Need Love Too. Toothpaste, toothbrushes, soaps, detergents, and things of that nature. So we're starting a collection bin that will be here at the city of Inkster, where if you have donations, you can drop them here. And once a week, we will be taking them over to the UAW hall, and along with Romulus and their donations to those people, where they can just come and do some sort of shopping there. So once again, we're going to be having a collection bin here where if you want to donate goods, non-perishable goods, and things of that nature here at the city, once a week we'll be taking them over to the UAW hall. So that's another thing. All right, and also the 31st, Halloween, the Eye Candy Convoy is riding once again. And that's where we load up our cars with candy. We drive through all the housing communities such as Lemoyne and Denby and Parkside and Canterbury, and we also do Dartmouth. We just ride through for all those kids unable to make it to the complex for their, thank you, make it to the complex for the actual party. So we'll be doing that again this year. The 31st, we'll be meeting over at Berger, Baylor, Woodson in their, that would be the south parking lot, I think, and riding through the community and delivering and letting the kids trick or treat from our cars. I also wanted to say that New Step is involved in that UAW collection with us. So that's it.
Thank you. Mayor Pro Temp.
Thank you. I have one item this evening. Next Tuesday, October 15th at 6 p.m., I will be hosting the District 1 advisory meeting here at City Hall. Everyone's invited. And that's all I have. Continue to shop Inkster. Thank you.
I don't know if you haven't said anything. Maybe I'm taking your thunder. We're part of a big grant, multi-million-dollar grant. Remember?
Go ahead.
Oh, I was watching TV, and all of a sudden, oh, you can't hear my loud, not me. And Inkster popped up on the screen as part of a grant recipient for the 911 call center. And I was so pleased to see our name shown in a positive light. I've forgotten the amount, but it's more than $1 million. It might be $1.5 million or something like that. But we're a part of that grant, so that's a good thing. I have a question for the fire department. Didn't we put up a siren for emergencies, you know, if it's a storm or something?
Yes, there are sirens up.
Is it working?
Yes.
The system is up and running. Yes.
Because it's not loud. No, it's not loud in our area. We can barely hear it.
They just
No, it's loud. I've heard it. It's loud. It's loud.
Where would it be on between Middle Belt, Inkster Road, Michigan Avenue, and
one at Carlisle
Avondale?
in Middle Belt. There's another one at Harrison, roughly Harrison and between Inkster and Middle Belt. There's one up at John Daly in Avondale, and there's another one by DPS.
It's loud.
Well, I don't know why it's not loud in my area. What days do you test it? The first Saturday of every month. Okay, I'll be listening better.
It starts at noon, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
They run them for a good 5 minutes. So.
Well, we hear it, but to me, it's just not loud.
Okay. Just real quick, October 17th, of course, we're doing lunch with the mayor. Just so everyone knows, it's not just for seniors, it's anybody who wants to come. Everybody can come, so we have a good time. Also, something good. Also, I don't know if people missed it, we, on the 27th, we did a food giveaway, fresh produce giveaway at the rec center. It was a crazy turnout, crazy. It's just one of the positive things that are happening in this community that, you know, a lot of people came. People were lined up down Middle Belt almost to Michigan Avenue. A lot of food was given. I think 2 truckloads with the food. We did that with Wayne Metro, Frisch and Lowe's, Mother's Pantry. Everybody, I'd never seen anything like that. The volunteers that came out, there were, 30, 40 volunteers that came out and serviced our residents. And I think people from other communities came too. It was so many people. Everybody came, and that was a good look. Also, the day before that, the 26th, I had a chance to go with the seniors to the Universal Soul Circus, and we had a ball. And what made me think about that is I was been canvassing the neighborhoods, and I ran to a lady this weekend. She said, when are y'all gonna have something for the seniors to do? So I stood on her porch for 10 minutes, just naming off all the different things that we have here for the seniors. Some people are just unplugged. They don't have the information. You know, so I told them about the Friendship Club and the rec center and the trips and the grocery trips. You know, so I just try to tell them there's a lot of stuff for seniors to do. You just got to get involved. Also, there was something mentioned that we don't have new businesses. We've had 16 new businesses open up over the last 3.5 years. You guys can see for yourself the new development. We have new buildings being built that add to our tax base to kind of take the burden off of the residents with respect to the tax base. This city is growing. And we just have to keep an eye on folks. Anybody who's selling doom and gloom, when we know we're moving forward, we got to at least tune those people out. We got to be respectful because they're one of ours, but we got to tune that mess out. People keep saying the same stuff over and over and over again, and we know it's not true. And getting people all riled up for no reason. Get people riled up so they can come help move the city forward. Right. We need people to come out to our events, to volunteer for things, to these after-school programs. We need people to volunteer. So instead of trying to get somebody mad, get them active, and so we can move this city forward. we got to stop with the drama. We love drama. Love it, love it. And I'm with whoever said we got to stay off social media because that's real. But that's all I got tonight.
I'm sorry. Going back what Connie was saying about Flagstar Bay, you know how we do the first right of refusals? Maybe we could hook up with them and get one applicant to see if you meet some of the criteria and buy a home and be a homeowner.
Oh, that's what we've already discussed. We would love to incorporate them into the stabilization program so we can have our own residents be able to buy the houses that we renovate. That just makes sense to me. You know. So yeah, we're definitely gonna do our best to make that happen.
Okay, all right.
We have a motion to adjourn. Probably moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Meeting adjourned.